Hello and welcome back to Pocket English Podcast. I am your host, Sarah.
And I am Mark. Hello, everyone. It is great to be here with you again.
Mark, I have a question for you. How are you feeling right now? Be honest.
Honestly, Sarah, I am exhausted. It has been a very long week at work. My brain feels heavy. I feel like I cannot think anymore.
That is exactly what we are going to talk about today. You know, many of our listeners feel exactly like you. They come home from work, they have taken care of their families, they have cooked dinner. It is 9 o'clock at night. They look at their English textbook and they just say, no, not today.
I do that all the time. I tell myself, Mark, you need to study English. But then I sit on the sofa and I just cannot open the book. And then I feel guilty. I feel like I am lazy.
You are not lazy, Mark. You are human. And here is the secret. You do not have to quit learning just because you are tired. In fact, trying to study difficult grammar when you are exhausted is usually a bad idea. Your brain is not ready for it.
So, are you saying I should just go to sleep and forget about English?
Not exactly. I'm saying you should change your method. Today, we are going to learn a special routine. I call it the low-energy evening routine. It is perfect for those nights when you have zero energy. It takes about 15 minutes, it is very relaxing, and you can do it while you are getting ready for bed.
That sounds perfect. A way to learn without feeling like I am working.
Exactly. Before we start, if you want to keep learning English with these short, easy lessons, please make sure you subscribe to our channel. It helps us create more conversations for you. Now, Mark, are you ready to relax?
I am very ready. What is the first step?
The first step involves your toothbrush.
My toothbrush? What does dental hygiene have to do with English?
It is about connecting English to a habit you already have. We call this habit stacking. Step 1 is the toothbrush narrative. When you go to the bathroom to brush your teeth or wash your face, you usually just stand there and look in the mirror, right?
Yes, usually I'm thinking about my problems or my schedule for tomorrow.
Tonight, I want you to change that. While you are brushing your teeth, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and tell the story of your day. But here is the rule. You must do it silently inside your head, and you must use the past simple tense.
Okay, so I am narrating my day like a movie?
Exactly. But keep the sentences very short and simple. For example, you might think, I woke up at 7. I drank coffee. I took the bus.
I see, so I'm reviewing the grammar of the past tense, but without writing exercises.
Yes, and because you are doing it silently, there is no pressure. You do not have to worry about pronunciation yet. You are just accessing the vocabulary of your own life. Let's try it, Mark. Imagine your day today. Give me 3 simple sentences in the past tense about what you did this morning.
Okay, let me think. I woke up late. I missed my alarm. I ran to the train station.
Perfect. Those are great examples. You used irregular verbs too. Woke instead of wake. Ran instead of run. When you do this every night, those irregular verbs become automatic. You stop translating them from your native language because you use them every single day to describe your own life.
That is true. I usually practice sentences from a textbook, like, the boy threw the ball, but I do not care about the boy or the ball. It is much easier to remember sentences about my own life.
Exactly. It makes the language personal. And you can do this for just 2 minutes while you brush your teeth. By the time your teeth are clean, you have practiced 10 or 20 English sentences.
I like that. It feels manageable. What happens after I brush my teeth?
That brings us to step 2. This is called the one-word journal.
Oh no, a journal. Sarah, I have bought 5 different notebooks in my life. I always tell myself, Mark, you are going to write a diary in English every night. I do it for 3 days and then I stop. It takes too much time.
That is why this technique is different. I do not want you to write a page. I do not want you to write a paragraph. I do not even want you to write a sentence.
Really? So what do I write?
1 word. Just 1. Keep a small notebook and a pen next to your bed. When you get into bed, before you turn off the light, ask yourself, what is the main feeling or the main event of today? And write down 1 single English word.
Just 1 word? That seems too easy. How does that help me learn?
It helps because it forces you to choose the best word. For example, Mark, you said you were tired today, but are you just tired? Or are you exhausted? Or maybe you are sleepy? Or maybe you are drained?
Drained. That is a good word.
like a battery with no power. I think drained is the perfect word for today.
See, you just learned a vocabulary nuance. If you have to choose only one word, your brain searches for the specific word. If you write drained in your notebook and you look at it next week, you will remember exactly how you felt.
I guess if the rule is only one word, I have no excuse not to do it. Even if I am almost asleep, I can write one word.
Precisely. It builds the habit of thinking in English right before sleep. And over a month, you have a list of 30 new, strong vocabulary words that describe your life.
Can I write a noun instead of an adjective? For example, if I had a lot of meetings.
Of course, you could write meetings, or maybe chaos if the office was crazy, or maybe success if you did a good job. The word is for you.
I like this. The toothbrush narrative helps me with grammar and verbs. The one-word journal helps me with vocabulary and adjectives. What is step 3?
Step 3 is about what you let into your brain before you sleep. We call this passive input. Mark, what do you usually do when you are lying in bed?
Well, usually I scroll through social media on my phone, or sometimes I listen to the news in English because I think it is good for my listening skills.
This is a very common mistake. Listening to the news is great, but not right before bed. The news is usually fast. It is often negative or stressful, and the vocabulary is very complex. If you listen to something difficult when you are tired, your brain gets frustrated. You feel like you don't understand anything, and that increases your anxiety.
That is true. Sometimes I listen to the news and I only understand 50% and I feel stupid. It wakes me up because I am trying so hard to focus.
Exactly. At night, we want to lower the stress. You need what we call comprehensible input. This means English that is just a little bit above your level, but easy enough that you can relax and understand the story.
So I should listen to something slower?
Yes, podcasts like this one are perfect, or audiobooks of children's stories, or guided relaxation in English. You want to listen to voices that are calm, slow, and clear. Your goal is not to catch every single word. Your goal is to let the rhythm of the English language wash over you.
It is like a lullaby for adults, but in English.
That is a beautiful way to say it. When you are relaxed, your brain is actually better at absorbing patterns. If you fall asleep listening to slow English, that is okay. You are associating the language with comfort, not stress.
I think that is a huge mental shift. I always thought English had to be hard work. I never thought about associating English with comfort.
If you associate it with pain and hard work, you will avoid it. If you associate it with comfort and rest, you will return to it every night. Now we are going to move to the final step, step 4. This is the wind down practice.
Is this something we do actively?
It is a very gentle activity. We are going to do it right now, together. This is something you can do lying in bed, with your eyes closed. It is a simple repeat after me exercise, but we use phrases that tell the brain it is time to sleep. I'm ready. I'm closing my eyes right now. Good. I want everyone listening to close their eyes if they are in a safe place. Take a deep breath. I will say a phrase, and I want you to whisper it. You do not need to speak loudly. Just whisper it to yourself. Mark will do it with you. Here is the first phrase. I did my best today.
I did my best today.
Good. Let's try that again. Feel the rhythm. I did my best today.
I did my best today.
Next phrase. I am ready to rest.
I am ready to rest.
One more time. Notice the R sound. Rest. I am ready to rest.
I am ready to rest.
Next phrase. My English is growing.
My English is growing.
This is an important one. Even while you sleep, your brain is processing. My English is growing. My English is growing. Last one. Tomorrow is a new start. Tomorrow is a new start. Perfect. You can open your eyes now. How did that feel, Mark?
It felt very calming. It is nice to end the day with positive sentences. Usually my internal voice is saying, oh, I forgot to send that email, or I made a mistake. Replacing those thoughts with English phrases feels much better.
And look at what you just did. In this short routine, you practiced past tense verbs, you chose a specific vocabulary word, you listened to slow English, and you practiced pronunciation, and you did it all without a textbook and without sitting at a desk.
And I do not feel more tired. Actually, I feel less tired. I feel more peaceful.
That is the power of the low energy routine. It works with your body, not against it.
Can we review the steps one more time?
just so I remember them for tonight?
Of course, let's recap. Step 1, the toothbrush narrative. Narrate your morning in the past tense while you brush your teeth. Step 2, the one-word journal. Write down one single word to describe your day. Step 3, passive input. Listen to slow, calming English stories or podcasts, not fast news. And step 4, the wind down. Whisper 3 or 4 positive affirmations to yourself before you sleep.
I think I can actually do this. It does not feel scary.
That is the goal. Consistency is more important than intensity. Doing this for 10 minutes every night is better than studying for 5 hours once a month and quitting because you are stressed.
I have a question about the one-word journal, Sarah. What if I do not know the word in English? What if I know how I feel in my language, but not in English?
That is a great opportunity. If you have your phone nearby, you can quickly translate that one word, just that one. Because you have a strong emotion attached to it, you will remember it. For example, if you feel a mix of happy and sad, you might look it up and find the word bittersweet. Now, because you felt it, you own that word.
Bittersweet. That is a nice word. I will remember that.
And if you are too tired to look it up, just write it in your native language and look it up tomorrow morning. The important thing is the habit of stopping and reflecting on your day.
That makes sense. No pressure, just progress.
Exactly. We want to remove the friction. The easier it is to start, the more likely you are to do it.
You know, Sarah, I think many people listening right now are probably in bed or relaxing.
I hope so. If you are listening to this episode while lying in bed, you are already doing step 3. You are doing the passive input. So congratulations, you have already started the routine.
That is true. You are already succeeding.
I have a challenge for our listeners for tonight.
Oh, I like challenges. What is it?
Tonight, before you go to sleep, I want you to try step 1, the toothbrush narrative. While you are in the bathroom, say 5 sentences about your day silently in your head. Just 5. And if you want to go a step further, leave a comment on this video with your one word for today.
Just one word in the comments?
Yes, tell us how you are feeling. Tired, happy, accomplished, anxious. We want to see your vocabulary.
I am going to write drained in the comments, but in a good way.
And remember, learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. You have to rest to run far. Do not feel guilty about resting. Use your rest time to let the English settle into your brain.
Thank you, Sarah. This made me feel much better about my lazy days.
They are not lazy days, Mark. They are recovery days, and recovery is part of training.
I will keep that in mind.
Thank you everyone for listening to Pocket English Podcast. We hope this routine helps you close your eyes with a smile and a little bit more English in your pocket.
Have a wonderful night, everyone. Sweet dreams.
Good night, and see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.